back to Kayfabe Science, the only science show on the internet that thinks that physics starts with a PH because it's fat. Pretty hot and tempting. I'm your host, Dr. Dave, and I'm trying to come up with some sort of rap/Dr. pun to make here, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty coming up with one. I mean, it's harder than you think to keep coming up with these. You know, it's tricky. It's tricky to dock around that's right on time. It's tricky. How is it? Oh, it's tricky. Tricky. See, don't ever doubt me. I got this. And in today's episode, we're finally taking things old school. The Undertaker's most impressive move might just be when he takes things old school by tightrope walking. But what's the secret to this awe-inspiring display of skill? Well, it's about high time we find out. Now, the Undertaker has been seen doing this remarkable feat with his feet all the way back when he was known as Mean Mark. But as the Phenom, it brought a whole extra layer of freaky deakiness that really added to his already eerie persona, leaving many people just plain flabbergasted when they first saw a 7-foot-tall dead man walking on the top rope. Although that might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's just start at the beginning, because even an old school trot of 1,000 ropes begins with a single step. And with tightrope walking, the very first step is a real doozy called the mount. And we should also take into consideration that the Taker isn't mounting from a traditional circus platform, but instead he's doing this whole thing from the top turnbuckle, which is one plank that was definitely not designed to be walked off of. And when you realize just how good the Undertaker's mount is, you start to wonder, maybe he should have been called the Mountie instead of Jacques Rougeau. Okay, maybe that's going a bit far. Now, going back to getting onto that rope, because in order to get a better feel when first hopping on the good foot, many tightrope walkers will wear special shoes that flex. And as Forrest Gump knows, special shoes can take you anywhere. However, wrestling boots are about as flexible as a retail associate's schedule during the holidays, which, yet again, makes the Undertaker's proficiency at this all the more astonishing. Moving on, the next thing to note is that unlike the Undertaker's normal walking where his feet are shuffling side to side, tightrope walking requires putting one foot right in front of the other. This changes not just his stride, but it also changes how he shifts his weight around. Which brings us to the ultimate danger when doing the ultimate double dutch, that is, going old school. Because maintaining one's balance is the most important part of this process. When all your weight is teetering on such a narrow width, the slightest shift of weight on one side or the other can quickly cause you to topple over. Which is why in the circus, tightrope walkers usually use long staffs that help them to distribute weight evenly, which is yet another thing that the Undertaker is doing without. Man, and I thought climbing the rope in gym class was tough. Now, okay, yes, the Phenom does usually hold on to his opponent's hand for some stability, but as supportive as all this is, it doesn't exactly make things easy, because it only gives the Undertaker support on one side, not both. I just realized, Mark Calaway is the Taker in a supportive, stable relationship where he holds hands with his partner. Alright, but finally, how does the Undertaker's height come into play? Well, the secret of the mount and to balance both benefit from the Undertaker's vertical measure, because even though he does weigh in at around 300 pounds, it's how that poundage gets distributed that makes all the difference in the world. You see, if the Undertaker was of a wire carriage, too much weight would be on both sides of the rope, thus making it easier for him to Jenga over. But by stacking all triple bills of body mass upward, you get more weight coming straight down, putting more pressure on the rope, thus making it more taut. And it's just way easier to tightrope walk the walk if you taught the taught. And there you have it. Now you know the secrets behind going old school. Keep these keys in mind if you want to avoid being a rope-a-dope.